Hello everyone, and welcome. Thank you for being here with us today. This is a quiet place to listen to English. You do not need to hurry. You do not need to understand everything. Just relax, breathe, and listen.
Hello, Alex. Hello, everyone. I am happy to be here, but I feel a little tired today. Sometimes English feels heavy in my head, so I am glad this podcast is slow.
That is perfectly okay, Yuki. Today's English is not fast English. It is calm English. You can listen while resting your mind. There is no test, and there is no score.
That makes me feel safe. I will just listen and enjoy the sound of English.
Yes. Let's take this time together. And move forward, quietly and gently. Yuki, many English learners share one feeling. They say, I feel too slow. Do you ever feel that way?
Yes, I do. I often feel slow when I study English. I listen to English, but my understanding comes late. When people speak, I need time to think. Sometimes the conversation moves on, and I am still in the previous sentence.
That sounds very familiar. What do you feel at that moment?
I feel nervous. I think, everyone is faster than me. I want to answer, but the words do not come out. Then I start to feel quiet and a little small.
Thank you for sharing that. Many people believe that being slow means being bad. But that idea is not true. Slow thinking often means deep thinking.
Really? I always thought slow was a weakness. At school, fast answers were good answers. Slow answers felt wrong.
That is a very important point. In many classrooms, speed looks like success. But language is not only a classroom skill. Language is about understanding people.
When you say it like that, I feel a little lighter. I do want to understand, not just answer fast.
Exactly. When you listen slowly, you notice sounds, tone, and feeling. Those things matter in real communication.
So maybe being slow is not a problem. Maybe it is just my style.
Yes, Yuki. Your pace is your pace. English does not need you to change who you are. Yuki, let me ask you something. When you hear the word English, what do you think of first?
Think of school. I think of desks, textbooks, and exams. I remember choosing answers and worrying about mistakes.
That makes a lot of sense. For many people, English starts as a subject. It has rules, scores, and correct answers. But English in real life is very different.
Different how?
In real life, English is not a test. No one gives you a score after a conversation. No one asks you to pass or fail. People only want to understand you.
When you say that, I realize something. When I speak English, I am still trying to pass.
Yes. Many learners carry the classroom into real life. They speak carefully, but also fearfully. They worry more about mistakes than about meaning.
That is very true for me. If I make a mistake, I feel embarrassed. I feel like I lost points.
But in conversation, mistakes are not minus points. They are normal signs of learning. Sometimes mistakes even help people understand you better.
Really? That sounds surprising.
Yes. When people see you trying, they often listen more kindly. Communication is about connection, not perfection.
So English is not something to pass. It is something to use.
Exactly. When you stop treating English like a test, your mind can finally relax and open. Now that we see English in a new way, let's talk about how to learn it gently. I want to share a simple idea called micro-learning.
Micro-learning? It sounds very small.
Yes, it is very small. Micro-learning means learning English in tiny moments. Not long study time. Not big plans. Just short, easy contact with English.
I like that already. Long study time feels heavy for me.
Many people feel the same. So instead of saying, I will study English for 1 hour, you say, I will meet English once today.
Meet English? That sounds friendly.
Exactly. For example, you see one English word on a package. You read it once. That is micro-learning. Or you hear one English sentence on the train. You do not stop the audio. You do not repeat it many times. You just notice it.
So I don't need to remember everything?
No, you don't. Micro-learning is about exposure, not pressure. Your brain learns slowly. Even when you are not trying hard.
That feels different from school. At school I had to remember everything.
Yes. Micro-learning trusts time. When you meet English again and again, your understanding grows naturally.
I think I can do that. I see English signs every day, but I usually ignore them.
Next time, just look for 1 second. No notes. No stress. That 1 second is enough.
I like this idea. English feels lighter already.
That is the goal. Small moments, many days. And steady progress without rushing. Yuki, many learners believe one thing. They believe good English means speaking a lot. Do you feel that pressure?
Yes, very much. When I hear fast English, I think I must speak fast too. If I speak slowly, I feel uncomfortable.
That feeling is very common. But let me say something important. Speaking less does not mean speaking badly. Sometimes, it means speaking carefully.
Carefully. I like that word.
When you speak less, you give your mind time. Time to choose words. Time to breathe. Time to feel calm.
In Japanese conversation, we often pause. We think before speaking. But in English, I feel I must hurry.
That is an interesting point. Pausing is natural in many cultures. In English too. Short pauses are normal. They show you are thinking.
So silence is not always bad?
Not at all. Silence can be respectful. It can show attention. You do not need to fill every second with words.
That changes how I see speaking. I always thought quiet moments were mistakes.
Quiet moments are part of real conversation. When you speak slowly and clearly, people understand you better. Understanding is more important than speed.
That makes me feel less afraid. I can speak one short sentence, and then stop.
Yes. One clear sentence is enough. You do not need long explanations. Let your words come naturally.
I think this style fits me. Feels more honest.
Exactly, Yuki. English does not ask you to be louder. It asks you to be yourself. And to be understood. Yuki, let's talk about comparing. Many learners compare themselves to others. Do you do that?
Yes, sometimes. But recently I noticed something. I compare myself to my past.
That is interesting. Can you tell me more?
3 years ago, I could not follow simple English conversations. The sounds felt too fast. Now I still feel slow, but I understand more than before.
That is a very important change. Often, progress is quiet. It does not shout. Look at me, I am better now.
Yes, because it is quiet. I forget about it. I only notice what I still cannot do.
That happens to many people. Our minds like to look at gaps. Not growth.
So how can we see our growth better?
One simple way is to remember moments. Small moments. For example, the first time you understand a joke. Or the first time you do not need subtitles.
I remember that. Last month, I watched a short video in English, and I understood the main idea.
That is real progress. Not perfect. But real.
When I think like this, I feel more calm. I am not behind. I am just on my own path.
Exactly. Your journey is personal. Comparing yourself to others can make you tired.
But comparing myself to yesterday's me feels kinder.
That is the new comparison. Ask only one question. Do I understand a little more than before?
Today my answer is yes.
Then you are moving forward. And that is enough.
Alex, can I ask something honest? Sometimes I feel empty when I think about English. Not angry. Not sad. Just empty.
That is a very honest feeling. Many learners feel that way. But they do not talk about it.
On those days, I open my English book, and I feel nothing. No motivation. No energy. So I close it again.
That does not mean you are weak. It means your mind needs rest. Learning uses a lot of energy. Even when we do not notice it.
So what should I do on those days? If I stop completely, I feel guilty.
Let's change the idea of stop. Instead of stopping, you can change the way you touch English.
Change the way?
Yes. On empty days, do not study. Do not memorize. Just let English be in the background.
Like listening without trying?
Exactly. You can play English audio while cooking or cleaning. You do not need to understand it. You do not need to focus.
That feels easy. Almost too easy.
Easy is good on empty days. Your brain still hears the rhythm. It still remembers the sounds. That is not nothing.
So even if I feel empty, I am not moving backward.
Not at all. You are resting while staying connected.
I like that idea. Feels kind. Not strict.
Kind learning lasts longer. When you are gentle with yourself, you come back stronger.
Next time I feel empty, I will not force myself. I will just listen and breathe.
That is a very healthy choice. Yuki, we talked about many ideas today. Let's take a slow moment and remember them together.
Yes, when we move slowly, it helps me understand better.
First, we talked about speed. Being slow does not mean being bad. Slow thinking can be deep thinking.
Yes, I learned that my pace is okay. I do not need to hurry.
Second, we changed our view. English is not a test. It is not about points or scores. It is about sharing meaning.
That idea helped me relax. I can use English, not pass English.
Third, we talked about micro-learning. Small moments with English are enough. One word. One sound. One short sentence.
I like that. Small moments feel possible every day.
Fourth, we talked about speaking. Speaking less and thinking more can make communication clear.
Silence is okay. Pauses are okay. I do not need to speak fast.
Fifth, we talked about comparing. We do not compare with others. We look at ourselves from yesterday.
And finally, we talked about empty days. Rest is part of learning.
Exactly. These ideas are simple. But they are powerful.
I feel calmer now. English feels softer.
That calm feeling is the best place to continue learning. Thank you for spending this time with us. Before you go, here is a small listening task. Today, choose one English moment. Just one. Listen without pressure.
And please tell us in the comments what English moment you choose today.
If this podcast helped you feel calm, please like and subscribe. We will walk together, slowly.
See you next time. Take care and keep listening.